Good morning, Hayom Yom, Yud Gimmel Iyar, the 28th day of the Eimer. Tomorrow is the Jewish holiday of Pesach Sheni. And like on all Jewish holidays, we don't say Tachnun in our prayers. Additionally, the holiday status extends all the way back to the afternoon of the day that precedes the holiday, to the afternoon of Erev, the holiday. And therefore, on Erev Yom Tif, by the afternoon prayer of Mincha, we usually won't say Tachnun then. But there are three exceptions to this rule: Erev Rosh Hashanah, Erev Yom Kippur, and Erev Pesach Sheni. So the Rebbe begins today's Hayom Yom by telling us that today, Erev Pesach Sheni, by the afternoon prayer of Mincha, we should say Tachnun. There is a teaching in Pirkei Avos, Rebbi Yehuda Anasi taught, Da'am alamayla mimach. A person should be mindful of what's above him. Realize that there is an eye that sees, there is an eye watching. There is an ear that hears, there is an ear listening. Everything you do, everything you say is being watched, is being recorded, has consequences. Life is not a free-for-all to do whatever you want. If there was someone standing in this room, you would make sure to act a certain way. So realize there is always someone standing in the room. There is always someone present. Hashem is here, Hashem is present, Hashem is watching, and therefore always do the right thing, always maintain your dignity. Came along the Baal Shem Tov, and the Baal Shem Tov gave the following Chassidic interpretation. He interpreted the words to mean, Da'am alamayla mimach. A person has to realize, a person has to know that everything in this world, everything above, all these spiritual beings, all the spiritual realms, all the celestial beings, all the angels, all the malachim, all the partzufim, all the spheres, all of it is brought about and comes about and is affected and impacted by you, by the person, by your actions. Everything you do has profound effects, profound impact on the whole world, on all the spiritual realms, on all the spiritual beings. You, through your actions, are either having a positive influence, you are either building them up, or you are having a very negative, destructive influence. You are disrupting the spiritual realms, you are disrupting the entire world. And when you do a good thing, when you do mitzvahs, when you act like a good person, you are having a profound positive impact on the spiritual realms, which result in all kinds of good things and brachas and blessings pouring back into this world. But conversely, when you do a bad thing, when you act destructively, when you are a bad person, you have all kinds of negative impact. You are disrupting and having a terrible influence on the spiritual realms, which in turn ends up in all kinds of bad things happening in this world. This world is like a control room. Everything you do is hitting a button. And that is either sending out a nuclear explosion, or it is sending out very positive nuclear energy. And we might not see that, but that is the case. Da'am alamayla mimach. Everything that happens in the world, everything that happens in the spiritual world, happens because of you, through you, is impacted by you. And this is what the Baal Shem Tov taught. Now his student, the Maggid, so he made a special focus and a special emphasis on certain teachings of the Baal Shem Tov. He really kacht in certain teachings of the Baal Shem Tov. And this is one of the ideas, this is one of the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov that the Maggid really emphasized, really focused on, really made a kachen. And those things that he really kacht in, we will often attribute them to the Maggid, because the Maggid kacht in them so much that they became his own. So we will attribute them to the Maggid as if the Maggid is the one who said them. So this teaching is often attributed to the Maggid. And then the Maggid student, the Alter Rebbe, so he focused on and he emphasized and he kacht in certain teachings of the Maggid. And this is one of the teachings that he heard from his teacher, the Maggid, and he really liked. He really emphasized, he really kacht in, he really focused on. To the point that it is often attributed to the Alter Rebbe. And in the Alter Rebbe's early years, so his teaching style was to send out these little sound bites. He taught everything very concisely. And he pushed out this very concise teaching. He pushed it out, he focused on it, he really made an emphasis on it, to the point that it is often attributed to the Alter Rebbe as if the Alter Rebbe is the one who said it. And the Friediker Rebbe is the one who attributes it to the Alter Rebbe. And since today's Hayom Yom is taken from the Friediker Rebbe, today's Hayom Yom attributes this thought, this idea, to the Alter Rebbe. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.